Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to be looking at Ethereum and Cardano. The market's just moving today, so I wanted to take the opportunity at this time to um, have these two assets together because I talk about both of them, and on some occasions, I do talk about using them as a hedge, and I think today is a great example of that. Not because one is down and one is up, but because both are up. But one is more up than the other, and both can help you in understanding, what a good hedge is, and purposes of accumulating more Ethereum or more Cardano. Um, this the Using the two against each other is very useful in that sense. And I would also throw VeChain into that mix as well. And I can bring up the chart, later on. But mainly, I want to focus on Ethereum and Cardano, starting with Ethereum. Ethereum is up 4% for the day. It's up 13% for the week against Bitcoin. Okay. For ever since January, the first week of January, we have shift momentum. We have changed the tides of Ethereum versus Bitcoin. For the longest time, ever since the summer, the fall, September, we have been in a downtrend, and we have picked up the pace, to say the least, with Ethereum. We're now at 0.0448 Bitcoin per Ethereum, and it seems that we're continuing higher. We bounced off the 20-day moving average, and instead of breaking below it, we bounced off and we're continuing to move higher. And this is the kind of idea that I'm talking about when we look at other altcoins like Chainlink that I made a video on, where we bounced off the 20-day, but ultimately we moved down, and now we're fighting around the 20-day. If we're able to go above the 20-day, then we might see a similar move like we saw with Ethereum. But that's not the only thing. Ethereum is also up on the US dollar. It's actually above $1,700. We're at 1721. Not just yet at a new all-time high, but 1721 is pretty darn close. And we talked about how we might see a similar move of Ethereum like we did with Bitcoin when it breaks its all-time high, where it essentially doubles. Now, doubling from $1,500 gets us to $3,000, and $3,000 is a pretty far ways away. Um, it is possible. Um, However, my targets are probably within the $2,000 range, 2,500, 2,250 first. But 3,000 is entirely possible given that Bitcoin was able to double, okay? And Bitcoin has a way bigger market cap than Ethereum. With the smaller market cap, it'll take less money to bring the price to $3,000 than it would have needed for Bitcoin to move from 20,000 to 40,000. So with that in mind, 3,000 is definitely on the cards. But I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch. Moving on. With Ethereum against Bitcoin, um, we see that on the weekly, looks beautiful, beautiful chart. If it wasn't for this red weekly candle last week, we'd be on our our sixth green week against Bitcoin, which is quite astonishing if you ask me. These are the moves that these are the moves. These are the reasons why I'm in Ethereum, because even Ethereum can move amazingly. Um, the next targets would be to move up higher. How high, I simply don't know. My main kind of goal for at least maybe potentially the short to the midterm would be around 5.05 Bitcoin. That's where I kind of want Ethereum to set a goal for, at least, um, for the time being. Ultimately, I have an end goal of 0.08, but to get to 0.08, I think we'll need to break through 0.05 Bitcoin on the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. So, Ethereum's up against Bitcoin. It's up pretty significantly. It's up 13%. Um, it's up 7% for today against the US dollar. What's Cardano doing? Well, Cardano is up 10% for the day against Bitcoin, and in fact, it's up 26% for the week. Cardano is outpacing Ethereum. It is outpacing Ethereum. When we look at the weekly chart, we see that it's up 11% above against Ethereum. So we know that Cardano is outpacing Ethereum. With the US dollar, Cardano is up 14%, 45% for the week. Cardano is on an amazing run from the bottom in March of 2020. Okay, anyone who's been holding Cardano is up 28x, 28 times, 2700%. Cardano is one of the best performing top assets uh, in the crypto space. When you're considering coins of in the top 20 region, top 10 region, Cardano has been by far the best performer thus far. And so this is why I want to talk about hedges. When we look at Cardano, okay, Cardano against Ethereum, the chart makes an interesting pattern. We see consistent highs. We see a consistent high here in August or April. We see a consistent high in March of 2019. We saw a consistent high just this past summer, where Cardano outpaces Ethereum and reaches this consistent peak. And on top of that, we see consistent lows. We see the lows here. We saw the lows here. So with that said, it seems that Cardano can pose itself as a good trading asset against Ethereum, not against Bitcoin. You can trade against Bitcoin. It's a little bit more difficult, but with Ethereum, it seems a bit more consistent and therefore easier to wrap your head around. The question is, we want to see Cardano move higher, obviously against Ethereum, to again meet these highs like it has done in the past, and I think it will. I think it will. It's done 3 times in the past. There's no reason why it shouldn't. And this is not a sure bet, but I think the probabilities of it happening are fairly high. Now, you might be saying, well, if Cardano outpaces Ethereum, why not just buy Ethereum? Well, this is where friendly competition comes into play. Ethereum is not losing value. Okay, yes, it might be outpaced by Cardano, but um, Ethereum is a larger asset. Volatility is less. It's technically a safer asset, quote unquote safe in the cryptocurrency space, but a safer asset against Cardano. We see Cardano drop harder against the US dollar and against Bitcoin compared to Ethereum. And this is why it is better to have both. There's no reason why you can't have both. I don't know if you guys remember, there's this commercial of Old El Paso Tacos. Why not both? And in this case, I think that rings true. Hold Ethereum to lower the level of volatility of your portfolio and hold a little bit of Cardano as a hedge to reap the rewards of the risk you took of larger returns. And I think overall your portfolio will perform better. It'll be a little bit more predictable. It'll be a little less volatile, but still reaping the gains of what Cardano has to offer. So, what do I expect with Cardano? Well, with Cardano against Bitcoin, we had a theory that we have a two step forward, one step back kind of mentality. This is our accumulation zone. We went 2 steps ahead. We came back 1 step back. We came back and made a new accumulation zone, not at the very bottom like we did in the last one, but slightly higher. And here we are breaking through that channel and pushing to higher highs. My guess, uh, when looking at Cardano, is that we will see a new high be put past this local high of 1497 satoshis, and potentially to the top of this wick here. That could be the next stopping point. And once we get there, that'll be the new local peak, and we'll see where it goes from there. It could, my guess, it might drop again and then start accumulating again. But we simply don't know. It's too early to tell. But if history is to repeat itself in the past 2 years, Cardano is seemingly making this kind of pattern, and potentially maybe repeating it. I don't think we'll see like a blow off top like what we saw at the initial point of trading, where it went up like an astronomical amount. I don't think we're there yet. We might, and I don't think this might ever happen again. Okay, this might be the actual play that Cardano does. That it builds, 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 builds. Once Bitcoin makes a macro peak, we might see a blow off top. Um, and then it resets essentially until the next cycle. With Cardano, that could be the way it's going to play out. And this move from like 680 sats to the wick top of 8,752 sats might be just making up for lost time, where it would have done this um, in the matter of years, like what we're doing now, but it did it in a matter of weeks. I hope that makes sense. Um, Not saying that that can't happen again. I don't think it's going to happen again, but I won't discount anything. Anyway, this is my video of showing both Ethereum and Cardano in the same video. I think it's important to see when I talk about hedges is to put them against each other, um, and show that yes, Cardano shows that it has better returns than Ethereum, but maybe down the line, maybe in a few months, I'll come across a day where they're both down, and we see that Ethereum is outpacing Cardano, or at least in the sense that it's bleeding less. Anyway, that's all for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.